Hi everyone, welcome to my mukbang. So for this mukbang or this eating show, I'm going to show you guys how to eat greens and cornbread. So first of all, you might be asking, what is greens? Greens is a very traditional southern dish. Basically, it's just boiled leafy greens with some sort of meat. In this case, it's collard greens, which is a type of cabbage that grows very abundantly in the south, also in the Mediterranean region, and in northern India and Kashmir, and in Brazil. It's called couve in Brazil. If I have any viewers from Brazil who's watching my English video. And if I seem to forget what I'm saying, because I just did this video in Spanish, so the Spanish is kind of still in my head. So yes, these are collard greens, type of cabbage, and they don't grow bundled tight like this like a normal cabbage. They grow upright and kind of out like that. And they're very, I don't have an example with me now. The leaves are very big, and you have to boil them for a long time. But there are other types of greens, other types of leafy vegetables that are used. Example, these are turnip greens. So these are the leaves of the plant from which we get turnips. And actually the leaves have more nutrients than the actual root does. These have a lot of calcium. That bunch there probably has, just guessing, probably 60, maybe 70% of your daily calcium requirements, so quite a bit. And so you take the greens, you boil them with some sort of meat. This is a smoked turkey wing, but you could also use ham hock, which is a ham ankle. So yes, and you boil that for a really long time, and type of meat that's kind of tough and bony, it kind of falls apart during the cooking time, and it just adds little bits of meat throughout the greens. Like you can see here, little bits of turkey. And so what people normally do is you take some cornbread, and this is southern style cornbread, not northern style. Southern style, it's made in a cast iron skillet, and I use some pork lard that I rendered on my own to grease the pan, and so it kind of fried on the outside, a nice crunchy exterior. You do is you take some cornbread and you crumble it into the greens and eat it like that. Or you could also add some hot sauce, Louisiana style hot sauce. You could also do some fresh tomato and fresh onion. That's very good as well. My dad used to add relish. I've never done that, but I'm sure that'd be okay. And during the cooking, sometimes people add, along with the other condiments, other ways of flavor, they add apple cider vinegar and sugar. We are not really in season for collard greens. This is the very end of August. Collard greens and other greens are more of a cool season thing. Around Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, that's when they're really good. Not sure if I should have said that though, because now everyone knows. But the flavor is more neutral. It's not as pronounced. It's the leaves are bigger, usually they're a little bit cheaper. It's good. So you know. Oh, in addition to collard and turnip greens, there's also mustard greens, the leaves from which mustard comes. And I do not like them. They're very peppery. That's my opinion. Things have been okay recently. What happened? I realized that I have some dollar coins and some $half-dollar coins, like Kennedy $half-dollar or dollar, I think it is, which I did not know that I had. I went to put them into the coin machine to get cash, and I was like, oh, these are kind of interesting. But I looked it up online. They're not really worth that much, but I don't know. They're interesting. What else has happened? Doing YouTube and things like that, trying to get everything going. Still have to get into the commercial kitchen to start making alfajores, my Argentine pastries, but that is coming. There's just a lot going on, and it's been a crazy summer. I can't believe it's over. It absolutely flew. Not much rest of this tomato. Yeah, it was a lot going on. And you know, sometimes you feel like you don't do things. You ask yourself, oh, why didn't I do that? And some of it is that I'm just lazy or I didn't make time for it, but then other times I feel like maybe I wasn't supposed to do it yet. Maybe it just wasn't the right time. But at the same time, there is nothing in my life that I say I want to do that I'm not doing it now or in the process of doing it. I just am very thankful that I'm doing everything that I want to do and that I'm not trapped in something. A lot of people are trapped, and I'm just really thankful that there's nothing in my life that I want to do that I'm not doing or that I'm not trying to do. And when I look back on my life, I feel like there were things I could have done differently, and I think everyone thinks that, but all the things that I could have done differently, when I really think about it, I know that at the time, I thought it was either the right thing or I didn't know what else to do. There's nothing in my life where I say, oh, I wish I would have done something differently, and at the time I knew for a fact I should have done something differently. So I guess in a way, I'm fortunate. But yeah, my life philosophy is, if you have a vision for what you want your life to be, you should go after it. I mean, what's the point really if you're not really happy? And does that mean you should like everything that you do? No, there's things that I do that I don't want to do, and that's just part of being an adult. But if you have a vision of how you want your life to be, let's say you want to be a chef, or okay, take this out. Besides cooking, I really like to work out, and but I wasn't always into working out. There was a time when I was really intimidated by the gym and everything, and I was like extremely out of shape, picked last for gym class in elementary school, everything. And even though I was really intimidated, I said, I have a vision for my life, and I want that. I want to, be that guy that people look at and say, whoa, dude, where do you lift? Know what I mean? And even though it was hard, I didn't know what I was doing, I was really intimidated, I said, no, I'm not going to let lack of knowledge or intimidation stop me. I think a lot of people, they don't do things, and sometimes they aren't able, but sometimes, or lack of self-discipline, but also it's intimidation. people are intimidated by people who are maybe have more experience than they do, or they're afraid of looking bad, they're afraid of trying something and failing. But I feel like if you never try, how do you know that it's going to work out or not going to work out? And a lot of times people who are more advanced than you, if they are truly advanced, they will actually really admire you trying to get to where you want to be. So people in the gym, a lot of times they're like, oh, those big dudes, they're gonna make fun of me. I've never heard a guy, like when I look at a guy and I say, that guy's really in shape, I've never heard anyone like that make any comments about beginners. Never. Because, you know, that type of guy, or no, maybe I should put myself in that category too. We are more concerned with what we're doing than with what you're doing. As long as you don't like curl in the squat rack, you'll be fine. So, but yeah, if there's something you want to do and you're not doing it, and the reason is that you're intimidated, I think you're missing out. You should try to find a way to, maybe going back to the workout. Go with the gym, or go with a buddy, go with a friend, hire a trainer, something like that. Go to a small private gym, or with different languages. I studied Spanish for a long time. If you're afraid of sounding like you don't know what you're talking about, maybe do some online classes. Do like not a pen pal, but you can go online and maybe find someone to talk with, or like a chat buddy. And you have to realize that at the beginning, you're not going to be good. You're going to embarrass yourself. There was one time in the gym that I was doing skull crushers, and it was not my fault, because the way that this bench was set up was that there was something behind me and I didn't realize it, as it was like a power rack in a college gym, and I was going like this and I couldn't bring it up, but I couldn't understand why. My arms were in a really awkward position, and so one of my friends who was on the football team, who was working there like a lot more advanced than I was, he came over and saved me. He had to like stand very awkwardly over me and lift the bar off. Oh my gosh, it was something. And the gym people call it the walk of shame. If you try to do a bench press and you can't do it and someone saves you, and I've saved some people before, but if someone saves you and then you just call it quits and you walk away, that's called the walk of shame. So I did the walk of shame. But now I'm a lot more advanced. I have gotten to where I want to be. And like I said, you're going to have some growing pains in the beginning, but you have to go through that. Also important to surround yourself with people who support your goals, because some people, they don't support you, I think, because they don't want to see you succeed. And you just have to cut those negative people out of your life. Some of them, though, they're being realistic. But there's a difference between being realistic and being negative. You can say something's going to be hard. You can say, this is going to be really hard. But saying that it's impossible, not to even try, that's very discouraging. So sometimes you might have to change the people you're around. That's why online is really cool, because maybe we don't know anyone in our daily life who can support us, but we can support each other online. Very Rico. Very, very good. See, I was thinking in Spanish. So my life philosophy is that you need to do what you want to do. Well, you need to separate what's realistic from what's not realistic. Like, are you going to be a beach bum and not be employed and just hang out on the beach all day? No. But is it realistic to say, I want to, I don't know, be a teacher or be an entrepreneur or something like that? You have to you do have to look at the feasibility, or you want to be a dancer. Sometimes I think have a vision for what we want, and sometimes we accomplish that, but in a different way. Let's say you could say, oh, I want to be a chef, and maybe you start doing YouTube, and you don't become a chef like Gordon Ramsay in a kitchen, but you become an online chef. That could actually be you fulfilling your goal, but in a different way. So it's good to be on a path towards doing what you want to do, but also be open to different avenues, because sometimes when we get what we want, we realize that it's actually not what we want. Basically, what do I know? Who knows where I will end up, where you will end up, where we will end up. So, well, thank you for watching my cornbread and greens mukbang. Hope that you learned about greens, because just the word greens is not really descriptive of what it actually is. So I hope you enjoyed that, and that you also enjoyed my philosophy. So I hope in the future I can intermix food and philosophy. So check back for more mukbangs in the future. Bye.